Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me, and today we're going to mix it up. We're going to try to step out of our niche. We're going to see if we can't throw off the algorithm a little bit, trick YouTube here. We are going to be doing a coffee review. Now, I know this channel is usually about sports, so to tie in the sports theme, we're going to have a little scouting combine, and then we're going to do a draft at the end. In other words, we're going to try all these, and we're going to pick our favorites. Now, all of these coffees you see to the side of me are from Aldi. I walked in the other day, I saw all the different types, and I thought, I don't know which one to get, okay? I need some assistance here, and I couldn't find any online, so I'm going to be the one, hopefully, to provide some assistance for you if you are wondering which one of these to try. So, without further ado, let's get into the lineup. Coming in as the lightest roast, we have Donut Store Blend, as you can see on the scale that I will provide up here. It says bright and nutty, notes of caramel and chocolate. The next lightest is Breakfast Blend, as you can see on the scale there. It says lively and crisp, cocoa, crisp dried fruits, and spices. The next lightest is the Adventure Blend. This is a medium as medium gets blend. This is the one I actually did see on Reddit. A few people posted about and said they really enjoyed it. This is rich and smooth, hints of chocolate, slightly nutty. The House Blend is the next darkest roast. It says mild and balanced with notes of chocolate, sweet molasses, and nuances of tobacco. Midnight Blend is the second darkest, contrary to popular belief here. Common misconception, you would think Midnight Blend would be the darkest. It is not. Deep and earthy, dark cocoa, toasted nuts, tobacco, and a hit of brown sugar. And rounding out the Aldi's coffee selection, we have the French Roast, which is their darkest blend. Bold and smoky, smokiness, tobacco. There might even be nicotine in here. I have no idea. Now, before I head downstairs, I do want to say all of these cost $3.50, so they are all incredibly affordable for 12 ounces of coffee. You can't go wrong with that price tag. I will also be making all of these identical. You'll see the making process in just a second to make sure that we have a fair scouting combine. So I'm going to head downstairs, get out the supplies, and get to making some coffee. Now they are all brewed. Let's head upstairs and give them a try. We are back upstairs. All 6 have been brewed, and they were brewed equally with same amount of water, same amount of coffee to get a fair judgment. I'm going to start with the lightest roast, which is this one right here, the Donut Store Blend, and we'll work our way up. For each taste, I will give you my first reaction, my overall feel, and a score out of 10. So, first up is the Donut Store Blend. Okay. So, pretty typical, pretty smooth, not a ton of bitterness. It doesn't wow me, but it doesn't offend me. I could drink a cup of this every morning. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 and say that is a solid bag of coffee for $3.50. Next on the menu is the Breakfast Blend, the second lightest. Let's see what it's talking about. Okay. So this one is worse, in my opinion, than the Donut Store. It's more acidic. It has a bit more of a bite to it. Borderline bitter, but not offensively bitter. It just kind of, it's almost a little more sour. Not sour. It's not sour, but it's got a little bit more of a bite, like I was saying, okay? If this was the only coffee available, if I was at a friend's house and this is all they had and they offered me some, I'd drink it. But I don't know if I would buy the Breakfast Blend again. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Although the aftertaste is quite nice. Next up is the Adventure Blend. And that is in a cup that one of my old students got for me. Yes, that is a cat's behind. Adventure Blend. Okay. Yeah. This drink's a lot smoother than the Breakfast Blend does. It's very similar to the Donut Store. Yeah, let's run that one right next to the Donut Store. Okay, so this Donut Store tastes a little more mild, a little more mellow, a little more sunny, if you will. This one has a little more depth. Ooh, this might be talking to me. This might be speaking my language. Okay. The Adventure Store is definitely one I would seek out at your local Aldi. Ooh, talk nice. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Next up is the house blend. Okay. Here's what I've decided. For $3.50, Aldi's making some coffee. I mean, there's nothing truly wrong about any of these. The house blend hits you a little deeper. It has a real deep, rich feel to it that these other ones have not yet. Yeah, the house blend is nice, but it's starting to get a little bitter. I would still give this a 7. This is a solid cup of joe. Second to last, we have the midnight blend, a little starry night mug, perhaps. A little nervous because I'm not a dark coffee, bitter kind of coffee guy, but we'll see what Aldi has for us. Wow. Surprisingly smooth. Not a bit of bitterness. The house blend is more bitter than the midnight blend. We might have a contender on our hands. I'm giving this an 8.5. Finally, we have the darkest one offered, and that is the French roast. I don't know why I'm showing you like it's going to say it on there. It is not. It's just the Mama Bear cup. We're going to go down the hatch with the French roast, the darkest kind. If you're making an espresso or an iced coffee, I would recommend this. I don't know a ton of people who drink this hot, but for the sake of clarity, here we go. Yay! Woo! Yeah, I mean, that is, if you like your coffee strong, I'm talking, check this for human growth hormones, buddy strong. This is, whew. Here's the thing. That's pretty darn good too. That's a 7 to me. That does it for the taste test. After tasting them all, here is the final draft order. With my first pick, I would go with the Adventure Blend. It was the smoothest and the fullest of all of the 6 coffees. Then a surprising upset here was the Midnight Blend, coming in at an 8.5 overall, a solid cup of coffee. And rounding out in the top 3, we have the Donut Store Blend, rated an 8. Falling into the bottom 3 spots of this draft, my fourth pick would be the French Roast. Tied with the house blend, but I think French roast is more versatile. You can make an iced coffee out of it. You can make espresso from it. So I think French roast gets the tiebreaker there, but the house blend was not far behind. Kind of disappointed in the house blend, honestly. And the last pick, the breakfast blend, Mr. Irrelevant, right? A little sour, which is funny because if I look at all of these flavors, if I had to pick one, I would probably pick the house blend or the breakfast blend. It just seems the most normal. You can't go wrong with it. And buddy, it would be the best way to go wrong with these Aldi's coffees. Now they're fine, right? They're drinkable. There's no harm done, but they are my least favorite picks. So again, I would go to Aldi. I would check these out. If you had to pick up any, these would be the 3 I would grab. $3.50? Are you kidding me? You can get 3 bags of these coffees, 36 ounces of ground coffee for the price of a Starbucks drink and a half. So go ahead and visit your local Aldi. Check these flavors out and let me know how you guys are tasting them in the comments below.